Hello, I'm Nathan with the ebookreader.com. So I got a comparison review for you guys today. We got the Kobo Clara HD on the left, the Kindle Paperwhite on the right. So you can see the Kobo's kind of smaller than the Kindle. They're about the same thickness, and then the Kobo's got this unique sort of pattern on the back. The Kindle, it's got that rubbery coating. They don't seem to be using that anymore. This one's got kind of more of a slicker feel on the Kobo. We got the power button USB port on the bottom, and then the same with the Kindle, power button USB port on the bottom. So no page buttons on either of these. So like one of the main things that separates the Kobo is the fact that it has a temperature control on the front light, so you can sort of customize the color. So we got the front light maxed out on both of these right now. As you can see, so with the Kobo, you can get that orange color if you go all the way to the end of the spectrum. So I think most people probably just use a blend. You can sort of just use like a halfway color, get a little bit of yellow tint to your screen, so it kind of helps with reading at night if you get bothered by the blue light. So the Kindle, it just has the regular light, the regular bluish colored light, a little bit more whiter than the Kobo at the furthest end of the setting. So yeah, so the colors are definitely a little bit different as far as the front light goes. Here's a closer look at the screen a little bit here. The Kobo's front light, it is kind of getting some flack for having some uneven areas and some light bleed. The light bleed doesn't really show up on this video. Mine doesn't really have it a lot, but you can see at the bottom of the screen it is a bit brighter than at the top of the screen. It's kind of a subtle gradient. It's just kind of nature of front lights, so it kind of varies a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about the fonts. So Kindles actually have custom font choices now. That used to be a huge advantage for Kobo, but now you can load up custom fonts on either of these. You've got the one advantage with the Kindle is you've got the boldness option with your custom fonts as well as the regular fonts. So like by default, you don't have like the boldness option on the Kobo for your side-loaded fonts, but there is a way to add it with a patch if you really wanted to do that. So you got the different justification options on both of these. They both have the left alignment. Depending on the book with the Kindle, some of the Kindle books don't have the left alignment. It just sort of depends what format you're using. So the Kobo still has the advantage with like more line spacing and margin settings. The margin settings are kind of weird on the Kindle. They aren't really that useful. I just always use the widest one. And so like you got more fine tune as far as the adjustment and line spacing on the Kobo. But now that they both have the custom fonts, it's definitely kind of even things out as far as the page layout goes. So with the Kobo, like when you're using their included fonts, you have this advanced menu here where you can use the weight setting to make your fonts look bolder. So Amazon added that bold option to their Kindles a while back, which is definitely a plus. And another advantage with the Kindle is you have the option to use landscape mode. So if you wanted to read like this, you can switch it over to landscape mode. For whatever reason, Kobo never added landscape mode to the readers. You can use landscape mode like on PDFs with Kobo devices, but not for ebooks. So Kindle has like 14 font sizes. Another thing with the Kobo, they have a ton of font sizes. It's got like, I don't know, 40 or something. The only thing with the Kobo is I wish they had like numbers to correspond with the size, because if you change the font size, then you don't know where you're at before. It's kind of hard to get back to it. But okay, at the bottom of the screen, Kobo, you can switch between like what it tells you how many pages and your estimated reading time. Kindle kind of has the same thing. It's just in a smaller portion down there. On the Kobo, I also like their estimated reading timer right here. Where it tells you like it'll estimate how long you got in the chapters, and I also like the chapter gauge dial thing that shows you like how long the chapters are in relationship to each other. So it's a lot more advanced than the Kindle's option. But the Kindle has this advanced feature called X-ray, which is really good for longer books with lots of characters and stuff. You can kind of find different stuff, references, and get information about the characters that way. So one thing with the Kobo, you got the previous location here. Like when you jump to a different chapter, the Kindle has the same kind of thing. You just hit the back button. So some devices make it easier to go back when you're like jumping around parts of the book. So both of them have kind of an equal setting there. If you hold down on the word, obviously you get the dictionary pop up. You got your different notes and highlighting options. One thing with the Kindle is you do have a little bit more advanced dictionary support. They both have like searching options, so you can run searches. I like the way Kobo searches work better because once you like select a word to look at here, then it'll give you like this dial at the bottom of your screen, and you can jump to the other locations of the search result. I do like how that works on the Kobo, so you got that little thing that stays there, and you can jump around the part of the book. Where the Kindle, you have to use the back button. I kind of screwed it up here, but if you go back up here and then you hit the back button, then it'll take you back to your search list. So yeah, you got your list either way. So we both have the table contents support on both of these. I mean, the speed is about the same on these devices. They both have, I think, the same processor. The operating speed is basically the exact same. The Kobo has more storage space than the Kindle at 8 gigabytes. And then like we got some additional settings here, like the Kindle has a vocabulary builder and word-wise, some advanced features that Kobo does not. Kobo is used to kind of lag behind on the highlighting, but I've had a lot better luck with highlighting lately. They're smoother and don't have any problems. I can stop at the correct location. The only thing with the Kobo is it can be kind of hard to select stuff at the bottom here because they have this page turn feature that they added recently where you can scan through pages quickly. The only problem is if you try to select a word at the bottom of the page, it'll scan the pages instead of like opening the dictionary or highlighting. So yeah, there is a little bit of a flaw with that, but the fast page turn feature does work well. You can swipe left and right to go forward and back. So the Kindle, it kind of has a fast page turn feature as well. If you swipe up from the bottom of the screen, it'll open this other window. So you got this different window view. It's not quite as fast. The scrolling with ebooks anyway. Kindles also have this for comics, and it goes much faster. And then you've also got the option to skip through chapters if you use the arrows right here. So the Kobo has the exact same thing with their little page dial. If you use the double arrows, it'll skip chapters, so you can jump back and forth between chapters. One thing that the Kindles add is they have this multi-page view, so you can see 9 pages at once, and then you can scroll through the page this way, or through your book this way. The Kobo doesn't have that multi-page view. And then you've also got another thing with the Kindle, like I was saying earlier with the X-ray, it also has it for pop-ups. So if you hit like a name, or like right here, we're talking a city, so it goes to like the Wikipedia entry as well. And you've got translation, so you got a little bit more advanced stuff here. So the Kobos do have translation dictionaries, and they have some others you can download, but it's a little bit more limited as far as, you know, the dictionary support goes. I don't know why, but here's a look at the web browser. So I don't know if many people use the web browser even on these things, but the Kindles, it does have this option for article mode. It's kind of the similar. It's just like zooming in with the Kobo. If you zoom in, it's basically sort of the same kind of deal. Formats it better for the screen, so you got the larger text. Scrolling is a little bit smoother on the Kobo when you're using the web browser, but you know, I don't know a lot of people that really even use the web browser. So Kobo has a few different options from the library view. Like you have the mark as read. I kind of like that. Kindle, you don't have any mark as read. You have to just like create a collection and put stuff in the read collection. And another thing that Kobo has is the article integration from Pocket, so you can get like web articles sent to your device from Pocket. You can send web articles to your Kindle too. It's just a little bit different process. So page turning, pretty much exactly the same speed. Really is no advantage as far as like page turning and navigation. There's just no significant advantage one way or the other. They're basically the same. So no, performance is pretty similar. Kobo has some different tap zones. You got some different, you can customize the page refresh. So you got a little bit more advanced settings with the Kobo. If you want to use swiping only, it won't like recognize if you accidentally tap the screen or something. It kind of is a nice option to have the swipe only for the page turns. It's a little bit easier. In the Kindle, I didn't show this earlier. You got the reading progress indicator over here, reading progress settings, and you also have the option to show the clock while reading. A big advantage for Kindle is the PDF support. You get a lot better features with a PDF than on the Kobo. The Kobo is really basic. It just basically has this zoom slider, and then like when you turn pages, it always resets to the top left anyway, so it's kind of annoying. But with the Kindle is you can zoom in how it is right now. If you double tap, it'll fit the page to the screen, and then you can turn pages and it stays zoomed in like that. So with the Kobo, it kind of resets to the top left of the page every time. It's kind of annoying. You got pinch zooming on both of these. So I don't know, you're not really going to be using this a whole lot, but yeah, you do have the pinch zooming option for PDFs, and then you can scroll around the screen, and then it shows you at the top left corner where you are on the screen, so, or where you are on the page of the PDF. Kindles, they also have like the contrast adjustment feature, so you can make the text appear darker with PDFs, and then they also have like dictionary support and notes and stuff like that, where the Kobo does not. They both have the option to switch to landscape mode if you wanted to use landscape mode, like on comics and PDFs and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different features than you have with the ebooks. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, just give you guys a quick look at the differences, some of the differences between the Kindle and Kobo. Check out the main review. I'll list some more differences between them that I didn't cover in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the eBook Reader blog for more e-reader related information. Bye.